Hello and welcome to Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast, a podcast where we help you navigate the often complex world of buying, selling and renting real estate here in Ipswich and the surrounding areas. I'm Steve Athanates. I'm the owner of NGU Real Estate here in Ipswich. I'm joined today by a great friend of the show, Matthew Taylor-Farrington from Purple Bunny Marketing.
Yes, thanks for having me, Steve.
Hello, Matthew. Good to see you as always.
Yes. We're both recovering from a long weekend.
Yes, Easter has been and gone.
Yes.
How many Easter eggs did you eat?
Too many. Way too many.
Actually, I'm going to lie. I was always going to lie. I ate one Easter egg. One. Right, so yes. But yes, that's good. That's behind us. So hopefully all the kids at home had a great time.
Yes.
All right, now we're here to talk about what happened for the month of March 2026.
Yes.
So you wanted to ask me some questions about some results and where things came in and what happened?
Yes. So where did we finish up? Obviously, I think for those living under a rock who didn't see the post on socials, we had a great month. But where did we finish up? What did we list and what did we end up selling?
Well, look, you may have been living under a rock and you didn't see our real estate, our social media posts. Here at NGU Real Estate, and when I say NGU Real Estate, there's 7 locations in and around Ipswich. We're filming today from our head office here in the Brussels Shopping Centre. But our 7 offices, so I've got a number of business partners and licensees that assist with us in our sales. So obviously there's myself, Lainey McQueen, Dan Parsons, Charlie Kamali, John Karlichik, Robin Gillian, Dargish. We've also got Corey Lynn from our Springfield office.
Yes.
Our Greater Springfield office. So between all of us, and obviously also Amy Tarrant from our lifestyle office at Rosewood.
Yes.
So between the 7 offices, we listed an incredible 153 properties.
Yeah, that's insane.
153 properties in the month of March. So we listed basically 5 homes every single day for the month of March. Right, so that in itself, never been done. Biggest listing month ever in the history of NG Real Estate, and I've continuously owned a real estate company since 2005. Never, ever has anyone listed this amount or sold the amount that I'm going to tell you in a minute. So 153. Huge congratulations to all of our salespeople, all of our business owners, and always a massive thank you to the people of Ipswich. Without you, those monstrous results are not possible. So thank you, Ipswich. 153.
Yes.
153.
Yes, a big number. What do you think's sparking that or fueling that? Obviously, I get the growth of NGU and the brand that's happening out this way in the market in the Western Corridor. It's great, but what do you think's fueling?
Well, look, I think there's a couple of things. People are now starting to worry. Obviously, sadly, we have this war raging in Iran. Obviously, people all over the world are involved in this sort of altercation. It's not good for anyone, obviously.
No.
Apart from the fact that people are dying, that's horrific.
Yes.
But now it's putting all sorts of pressure. Obviously, the thing that most people are accustomed to is now the horrendous cost of fuel. And obviously, diesel's hard to get, but it's dear as poison. Yep. That's now putting pressure on inflation, which is going to put pressure on interest rates, which means they will go up.
Yes.
Which means people's borrowing power is less. So it's having a big kick-on effect. So I think there's a lot of people who are now saying, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to sell. Potentially this may be the peak of the market.
Yep.
How do you know when you've reached the peak of the market? You normally find out 3 months after it's gone.
Yes.
When we look at quarterly stats and obviously median sale prices. But I think people are very wary of the environment that we're now living in and the circumstances surrounding cost of living pressures. So I think some people are saying it's time to sell.
Yes.
Okay. Whereas they haven't previously done that.
Yeah. And so you listed the 153.
Yes.
How many did we sell?
We sold, again, the biggest ever in the history of NG Real Estate or any other company I've ever been associated with. We sold 109 properties for the month of March.
Yeah, wow.
So moving towards 4 a day, well over 3 a day, but moving towards 4 Ipswich homes sold every single day for the month of March. Again, massive congratulations to our business owners and our amazing sales staff.
Yes.
But again, to the people of Ipswich for allowing us to sell nearly 110 homes for you in the month of March. On behalf of myself, my business partners and all of our staff, we wanted to say a massive thank you. Without you, this is not possible. We appreciate your ongoing trust and support, and obviously I hope you feel like you've been adequately rewarded with a massive sales result, because we have pulled off some absolute doozies.
Yes.
So the prices are still very high, despite all the uncertainty we just talked about.
Yes.
Prices are still high, which is another great reason why I absolutely know what the value of your house is today.
Yes.
I don't know what it's going to be in 3 months, 6 months, or a year from now. So if you've ever thought about selling, the time to do that and to maximise your return is right now.
Yep.
Right. So I would suggest that now. Anyone want to know what 109 properties equates to in terms of a dollar value?
Yes.
It was just over $110 million worth of Ipswich real estate that our NG officers transacted in the month of March. So massive, massive result.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So there must be some homes in there then, value-wise. What are you seeing the kind of average is moving towards here in the Ipswich market? I mean, I get there's quite a lot of different areas. We've got, heavy suburban type properties, but then we've also got more of your rural based stuff that's included in that. But what are you kind of seeing if we were looking at a suburban home versus, say, a rural property? What are we kind of seeing as the median? Well,
look, median house price now is running somewhere around 880,000, believe it or not, here in Ipswich. Yep. So massive upturn on what it was even 3 or 4 years ago. 4.5 years ago, median house price low 4s, now high 8s. We're still selling. It was almost unheard of 4.5 years ago to sell properties over $1 million. In today's market, we probably sell between 15 and 25 a month. Over $1 million. Obviously, quite a few sales over $2 million. I'm currently negotiating an offer right now that will sell probably just short of $2.5 million for an acreage property here in Ipswich. So the market is very, very strong. We're getting some amazing results, but I don't know how long it's going to last.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All of the signs are indicating that we may be moving towards a correction.
Yes.
Okay. A correction in terms of where the market sees value and what the market is prepared to pay for properties. So if you're a seller, and there's lots of you out there, okay, come to NGU Real Estate, because we're the biggest, we're the best. But apart from that, we'll get you the best possible price for your property. So if you've ever thought about selling, never been a better time than right now.
Yes, agreed. And how did we go from a rental perspective?
Rentals, our girls are working tirelessly, which is always a credit to them. Like they do have a very difficult job. So for the month of March, we put on 14 new management. So basically one new management every single day. We rented out, I think it was 15 properties over the course of March. So again, to our sales, administration and our property managers, all of these results aren't possible without you as well. You can imagine we're putting huge volumes of listing paperwork and contracts through our systems to get all these properties transacted. So a massive thank you to all of our sales, administration and our property managers. You girls are doing an amazing job.
And obviously we're at that time of the year as well.
Yes.
The quarter, looking back.
The quarter.
January, February, March. What did we do? What did we list and what did we sell?
Okay, so in terms of properties listed for the Q1 stats for January to March 2026, we listed 348 properties for sale here in Ipswich. We sold 246. Good news, we've still got about 100 that we can sell you.
Correct.
You can do the maths.
Yes.
So we've still got about 100 homes available that we can offer for sale, but 348 listed, 246 sold. We've put on 31 new managements and we've rented out over the course of the last 3 months about 45 properties through our property management portfolio. So super, super busy. In terms of a dollar value of what we've transacted for the people of Ipswich in the first quarter of 2026, just under $260 $130 million worth of Ipswich real estate.
Yeah.
So I said, I made a prediction that we would sell $1 billion worth of real estate this year here in Ipswich. For Q1, we're sitting around 230.
Yep.
We're about 20 million short for our 250 goal for the quarter. So stay tuned to see what we do in the second quarter of 2026. But we are on track to sell and transact $1 billion worth of Ipswich real estate here at NGU Real Estate.
Yes. It's insane.
It is insane.
Yes.
We go back a few years and those sorts of numbers were just impossible, unheard of. We are in a semi-regional area. I guess we're 35 minutes from Brisbane, Jameen, for a single company to transact $1 billion worth of real estate, almost unheard of.
Yeah.
Right? So to all of my sales teams, you are truly in the top 1% of real estate agents and agencies in Australia. So congratulations to each and every one of you. And to the people of Ipswich, our owner-occupiers who own these homes, our investors who've invested their trust in our company, again and always, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are amazing. We so appreciate your support. But absolutely massive numbers for the first quarter of 2026.
Agreed. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how it continues to play out over the next little while, and I guess we're going to talk about that in an upcoming podcast. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how it goes.
Look, difficult times, and look, you know, in all honesty, you know, it's a sad thing what's happening in the world, and you know, like, no one knows like how long this is going to drag on. It's already dragged on longer than some people thought.
Correct.
Including probably President Trump.
Yes, I don't think he's impressed.
I've
seen some of his tweets. He's getting angry.
Yeah, it's supposed to be over. But look, at the end of the day, it's still going. All we would hope is that it ends sooner rather than later, and the world goes back to a semi-state of peace and harmony. Yes. And we all just play nicely and share. Yeah. Right, so hopefully that war ends very, very soon. But we'll see what the second quarter of 2026 brings for us leading up to the end of the financial year on the 30th of June. Yes. So to see what happens over the coming 3 months, guess what you've got to do? You've got to stay tuned to Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast, where we give you all the facts, all the figures, and we keep you completely up to date what's happening in your real estate market. Did you have any other questions for me, Matthew? No, I think that's about... hey, that's great results. Amazing month for March, and just an amazing quarter. The results that we are achieving are truly unbelievable, and like I said, again, thank you to the people of Ipswich. So, mate, if that's it... Obviously, if you've enjoyed what you've seen today, you've got any questions about what you've heard today, please feel free to reach out to us. Your feedback is very important to us. Please click the link below if you'd like to ask any questions or you've got any comments about what we've discussed here today. As always, joined by a great friend of the show, Matthew Taylor-Farrington from Purple Bunny Marketing, the number one marketing company in all of Ipswich. Trevor Needer's coming for you now. Sorry, Trevor. I just borrowed it. But I'm going to take it, sure. So, great. Thank you as always, Matt. Thank you. So, once again, guys, I'm Steve Athanates. I'm the owner of NGU Real Estate here in Ipswich. I look forward to seeing you in our next episode of Ipswich's Real Estate Podcast.